It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The winner moves on to the AFC Championship game. This should be some battle. Off we go here in the divisional round. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this one with a three tight end look. Now a first carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun. It's May. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the first down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
On 3rd and a yard, here's May. And he's going to be brought down behind the line. This defense fired up to start the game. It'll bring up 4th down. On comes the Blues punter. Velus Jones back deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Austin brought in motion. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. Fields operating out of the pistol. He'll find his big target. That fire move. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. A couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Give on the ground, and he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Have to get this to the 20. Here's third down. From the shotgun, it's Fields. That's complete. Calvin Austin. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. Complete. Former first-round pick Drake London with the catch. And he's in. Drake London. Touchdown, Sentinel. Boswell adds the extra point, and the Sentinels are out to a 7-0 lead here in this divisional playoff matchup. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. From out of the gun, here's May. That is downfield to the tight end Pitts. A pickup there of 28 yards.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's first and 10. Now, a run with the rookie out of Oregon. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
On the handoff, it's Harris. And he will score. Najee Harris. Touchdown, Blues.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. We're all tied, 7 apiece. And the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Play action now for Fields. Now he'll run.
The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner. And that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the first down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll turn and hand this one off. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They gain 18 yards on that one. That's enough for a first down. They go play action with Fields. That's caught by the tight end, Darnell Washington. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter in the books in this AFC divisional playoff. Harris Evans on the score. Second and a yard. Here's a handoff out of the gun, and he's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot, but it's going to be enough to move the chains. Here's 1st and 10. Fields. He finds Austin with the grab. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Fields to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Rush comes, they're setting up the screen.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
A field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Fields to throw for it. Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. He'll wind up getting enough to pick up the first down. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going the wrong way. Dropped back at the 7.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Sentinels. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Sentinels will move out to a 14-7 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
To throw on 1st down is May. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Mike, you know what we used to call those plays? No, 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 yes. Because that's exactly what was going through the mind of the coach on the sideline when the quarterback decided to throw that ball into really tight coverage.
On 1st and 10, here's May. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Short throw taken by Pitts. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the 1st down. We'll try to run for it with Harris. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it at 1st down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
And the first carry for Antonio Gibson. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. They face 2nd down and 7. To throw is May. That's caught left side by Pitts. And he'll be taken down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It's such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game. And they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it with Harris. That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up 3rd and goal. It's now 3rd and goal. On 3rd and 2, it's May. And he'll take it on in. Kyle hits. Touchdown, Blues.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the 1st half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. And that is incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, considering how this offense has played in the first couple possessions, I'm surprised that one wasn't completed. It seems like that's the first miss of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Continue to build on this momentum because so far they've come out hot in this one.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Watkins motioning over. Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. Again, working deep downfield. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this 1st half.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
So we are at halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. We'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the 2nd half. These two teams fighting to get to that AFC Championship game next Sunday. Back to it here, the 3rd quarter underway. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. First down, Fields. That's over the middle and taken in by Freiermuth. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense is thinking run. They catch them off guard a little with the pass, and they take advantage of it with a big gain downfield.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And what a start to this drive. A little bit of everything. First you get the explosive pass to start it out, and then you follow it up on the ground, picking up good yardage. The ability to weave back and forth as a play caller, it just puts so much pressure on the defense.
They'll stay on the ground. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Austin brought in motion. Fields now on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Fields from the gun on 3rd down. This one complete to Washington. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. It'll be a 44-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And the Sentinels move out in front. The new score, 17-14.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's May. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Off the play action, here's Fields. He's got a man down the field.